Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas.
Throwing to start the drive. Harper firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Finding space at the 40.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on first down. Harper.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Donovan Peoples-Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3 and out, something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. To throw on 2nd down, Harper.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Jackson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Looking to throw on second down. Harper steps away to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Raiders are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Looking to throw. Harper.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Carlson able to put this one through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Jackson finding his tight end Andrews for the Ravens' first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times...
And the Raiders have got him.
Max Crosby.
Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Max Crosby, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman.
Pulled in at the 24. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Harper.
And this one too low.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
To throw on 3rd down. Harper. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They had a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Shoves him aside. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Off the play fake. Harper looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On 3rd down, Harper. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson now. And that is incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Harper.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open, and when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. To throw on 3rd down. Harper. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They go play action with Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
From 3 yards out.
And the Ravens have cut it back within a score.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Back to throw. Harper. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Harper.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
He'll hit Jackson, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
He will push his way down to about the 14. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's Jacobs, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
From the gun on third down. Harper. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs from 6 yards away. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Here's Jackson to throw.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Tucker's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
From the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he's struggling, especially in that first half.
Yeah, but I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
63 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will have a Ravens first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been four-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins to the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good.
And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Throwing to start the drive. Harper. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Harper. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
He has just been alone for opposing offenses to account for now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Odafe Oweh. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Play action. Harper.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be for him. Remember, CD, he had the turnover earlier, and now the pick 6, that's the cherry on top.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. When you force a turnover on defense, you're the guy most excited about getting back out there and trying to force another one. How about him picking off that pass, setting his sights on the end zone? You know he wasn't going to be denied getting there either.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Over the middle, it's complete. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To throw on second down. Harper. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Touchdown!
Donovan Peoples-Jones
with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his right. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
125 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Offense running back out here, and you remember last drive was pretty quick, about 10 seconds, Charles. One play, very long pass play that ended in the end zone.
And you know every offensive unit, when that happens, they want to come running back out and recreate it. We know the chances of that are slim because now the defense is on high alert. But at the same time, that confidence should carry over into the start of their next drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Harper.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Harper. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Looking to throw. Harper.
Jackson with a catch.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Harper. And his throw is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He hits Adams complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. To throw again. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Harper. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Looking to throw. Harper. And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
A give. Dobbins trying the right side.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And some room to work. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
With his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The score, Ravens 43, Raiders 24.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Pushes him over. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, then he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
On first down, Harper got his tight end. That's complete. It's Jackson.
A gain of 15 yards.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.